Hello, this is the Student Music Network. I'm Talia Robinson, and I'm here hanging out with perhaps the high energy, hook packed, can't sit still at all songwriter, Anna Shields from Dead Pony. Thank you for joining.
Thank you for having me.
I feel like, in all senses, it's quite a pivotal time to be catching you guys because you've got the clocks going forward, the seasons are changing, lead single is out, and your headline tour is fast approaching, and it's a lot of change at once in all terms. Do you feel that shift in the band too? Like Dead Pony are in a completely different moment right now.
I think so, yeah, because we kind of like last year we were very, very quiet. We didn't really do much. We just spent time writing and recording, and we only did a very select few tours, gigs here and there. So when we decided we were going to release the new single in January, it just kind of felt like the perfect time because it was like the start of the year. And yeah, it's just a great time to kind of like get back into things.
Aye, yeah, well, like you said with 2025, it was almost like a duality because you did do a lot of touring, like, but it was also quite a bit of a rest period of no new releases. And I suppose looking back, hitting the new year bang on January, did that year shape the band, perhaps with, live performances or the quieter moments and your approach to music you're putting out?
I think it kind of it's definitely changed the way that we write music and also the way like the kind of music that we make because we didn't really have any deadlines for an album to be written or for an EP to be written or release schedules to meet because we were literally I mean we didn't really plan it but we literally took like a year out from releasing music, so it meant that we really could just like focus on our writing and like actually make music and spend time on it and like figure out exactly what we want to be making. And also, we did tour quite a bit like last year, but not as much as we have in previous years. So for us, it actually felt like quite a quiet year and we were home a lot and we got to just spend a lot of time in the studio. So yeah, it was great.
I well, Eat My Dust, I want to go out on a limb here and say it's perhaps the heaviest song you've put out today.
hmm
Talk me through the intentionality behind that. How did you hope that would resonate with listeners?
I mean, I feel like we've been kind of slowly progressing into like a heavier sound. I feel like it's something that we've always wanted to kind of like delve into. We're all fans of alternative music. Blair in particular is a big metal guy. So I think that he really wanted to kind of like push this metal element. And yeah, I think that what we wanted to do with it though is like have those kind of like metal elements and those new metal elements, but also keep it sounding like Dead Pony and still I think although it's a really heavy song, I think that like just your average alternative listener would still enjoy it and listen to it regardless of whether you're into like metal or whatever. But it's definitely like the heaviest song to date, but um it's been our like I would say it's been one of our like best or well received songs to date as well.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think it's a kicking song. I think it's really I don't know, it's very much like you have got that Dead Pony sound down. And even if you are branching off or developing, you can tell very much it's you've got a brand, you've got a sound, and I think it comes across really well. It's a kicking song.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
And a lot of bands say that with their like sophomore album and subsequent era, it's the one where everything feels bigger, heavier, or just different. And as you're gearing up for this next chapter, is it about building on the debut, breaking expectations, or is it like a little bit of both?
A little bit of both. I think that like whenever you make your debut album, you kind of learn from your mistakes and then kind of put that into whatever you're making in the future. I feel like no one's debut album is like, I mean, apart from some bands, okay, but I feel like no one's debut album is like their best album. You know what I mean? Because you're most likely still making it in the early stages of your career and it's a point where you're still learning how to grow as a songwriter and performer. And I think that we learned so much from making that album, but there's so many things that I want to do differently for the upcoming releases.
Yeah, brilliant. And as well, you made your first download appearance last year. And
Yeah.
it's basically a rite of passage for heavy music. And talking about, debut album, you got there through your debut album. Do you think that crowd got a taste of what would become the Eat My Dust energy, or was that more cultivated in the quieter moments whilst you're working on the album?
No, I think they definitely did. I actually can't remember what our set list was, but I think did we play Eat My Dust? Oh my God, I can't even remember. I think we might have been playing Eat My Dust at that point.
Yeah.
We were definitely playing some new music, but I can't remember if we played Eat My Dust. That's embarrassing. But they definitely, I think that the download crowd definitely got a taste of like what Dead Pony is, and we had like it was actually amazing. Like I never been to the festival before, and we've never played it. I feel like it was a perfect time for us to play it like debut and a kind of new sound, and we played like the Avalanche stage, and I was like, oh, we're on early in the day, like no one's going to be there, early on a Friday. Who the fuck is coming to see Dead Pony? You know what I mean? But then we like got on stage and there was like 10,000 people there, whatever. It was like, it was insane. It was like one of the best gigs that we've ever played. It was so good.
God, mind blowing. In all senses as well. I can imagine last year with the dust, it literally was quite bad for all the
Hmm.
festivals. So
Yeah.
very apt, very on brand.
Yeah.
But when you look back at the first songs you wrote as Dead Pony, or perhaps even as Crystal, and
Mm.
compare them to the music you're making now, what do you think has changed the most in the way that you approach songwriting?
I think that Blair and I, so Blair's the kind of like other main songwriter for Dead Pony. And I think that one thing that we've learned is how to work together like really well.
Mm.
Because in the beginning, we used to try and like collaborate on every element. So like we would try and collaborate together on the music, try and collaborate together on the story, try and collaborate together on the lyrics, and it just didn't work as well. But now that we know our strengths, so like Blair is an amazing producer, an incredible songwriter, fantastic guitarist. So he kind of like writes like all of the music pretty much, and then I kind of come in and I'm more of a lyricist and melody writer. So that's kind of what I do, but well, mostly just mostly lyrics. But yeah, I feel like in the beginning we were just kind of writing music because we just wanted to write music and not because we wanted to like make something that sounded individual or unique to us. It was more just like, here's a couple of chords, here's a melody, here's some lyrics. Oh yeah, that's a song. You know what I mean? We never really refined it. And I feel like we're still refining it to this day. I feel like, when Blair shows me stuff, I'm like, well, that's amazing. Or even when it comes to my lyricism, there's so many new things that I do now, or like new approaches, or just other things that I'm inspired by that I would never even felt inspired by 10 years ago or whatever. So yeah, it's always an evolving practice, I think, songwriting.
Yeah, well, something I always find interesting as well is how artists experience their own songs over time. I mean, you've spoken about, the literal collaboration sense, and I suppose also it's, like navigating that as friends as well, not just as collaborators, as friends in the band. Uh, but a song might start something very personal, but then you play it to thousands of people, and it takes on a completely different life as well.
Hmm.
I don't know. Is there any Dead Pony songs that have changed meaning for you since you guys started performing them live? Either, because of personal relationships or because of, fan relationships?
Definitely. I feel like there's songs that, especially on the Ignore This album and some songs that we wrote last year, where we kind of wrote them from like a place of anger or negativity because we just like experienced some fucking, I don't know if I can swear.
Go for it. It's fine.
Sorry. We just experienced some trivial moments and we wrote some songs. But I guess that like writing music is almost and performing music is almost a kind of like form of therapy because you kind of like experience something and you're angry about it and then you write a song about it. And then whenever I do that, I almost kind of feel like I can like just tick it off and I'm like, all right, cool. I've experienced that emotion and I've experienced that situation to like its highest, level and I've got some value out of it. So I can just kind of like shift it to the side and focus on the next thing. So like I guess kind of at the time when we write a lot of songs, we're feeling this anger, but then um or sadness or whatever. But then when we're performing it on stage, I'm never thinking of like what I wrote the song about ever. I'm just thinking about like this song's cool and or the people in the crowd enjoying it.
Yeah, because it just becomes more looser and more, I don't know, I suppose more cathartic subconsciously when you're performing it live as well.
Yeah, and I think what I like so much about our music as well is like I'm really into like world building and kind of like removing oneself from the reality of things. Like I don't like our music to be like too literal, and I feel like that's why we often lean into like a lot of like nostalgia or like a lot of like references to like things that we enjoy, like film and TV and like media and books and things like that, because um I think that when you write a song that isn't so literal, like the fans or anyone that listens to it can like put their own meaning on top of it. So like for me, the song might be about this, but someone else listens to it and they think it's about, or to them it's about something else. And that's what the song is. It can be about 100 things at once, you know?
Yeah, I mean that's the beauty of music, isn't it? It's an escapism for the artist, but anyone can add their own interpretation to it, and it then in
Hmm.
time becomes their own little like niche.
Yeah, totally.
But world building, I mean, you guys are spotting these in the
Hmm.
summer, and you've got your Slam Dunk festival slot as well. So with All Points East and Slam Dunk, it's going to bring a lot of first time listeners. And I'm curious, have you guys already got like a moment that when you're planning out the set that you hope makes people get Dead Pony?
I think that just playing the new songs, I feel like the new songs that we're working on, especially on the Eat My Dust tour, we're going to have um, some new songs that like literally no one has heard. And then I guess we'll be playing them at All Points East and Slam Dunk. But I feel like it's the new songs that I really want people to focus on, because for me that's just it's the best. I think it's the best work that we've ever made. And I feel like I say this every time, right? But I feel like every time we release a body of work, it feels more and more like Dead Pony. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I listen to Ignore This and I think it's an amazing album and I'm so proud of it. But I feel like now for me, Dead Pony means something so different, you know?
Yeah. Brilliant. I mean, I think that's the way you've got to look at it, right? I mean, sure, nostalgia is a massive, massive draw, but you've got to continue building. Uh,
Yeah, totally.
whether that's world building, lyrically, sonically, like, yeah, I think that's a massive like that makes me excited as a fan to hear.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
the Eat My Dust tour has got headline shows all across the UK. How do you approach creating a set that balances the fan favorites then with this new energy of this era?
Do you know what? It's one thing that I really struggle with is set list writing, because I just think about it too much. And sometimes you need to just like pick the songs that you want to play and then just be like, the fans will still like it because they're at a Dead Pony show. You can't please everyone. There are fans that want us to play songs from our first ever EP that we're never ever going to play live. And yeah, I guess it's kind of hard because there are people that are there because they've been listening to you for 5 years and they want to hear all the classics. But for us, it's all about the new music. And
Yeah,
then we throw in some like classics here and there, you know.
yeah, yeah. Um, is there a city or a venue that you're most excited to kick up the dust in?
Um, I well, I'm really excited for there's two. I'm especially excited for Cardiff because we've never played a headline gig in Cardiff before. We've actually played the Great Hall like 4 times, but it's always been like supporting someone else. So we're playing the Globe in Cardiff and it's our first headline gig. So I'm really excited for that. And I'm also really looking forward to Edinburgh because I just love Scottish crowds. And the last time we played in Edinburgh was literally, or last time we did a headline in Edinburgh was literally like 3 years ago. And it was a tiny wee, like 100 cap venue. So
Years
it's going to
ago.
be cool.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. We've not played in Edinburgh since um the Ignore This tour, which was like maybe, oh, 2023. I don't know when that album came out.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, 20, yeah, what, 2024?
2023, 2024. Oh, it's 2024. Okay, so we've not played it in 2 years.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that'll be a nice sort of like homecoming. That'll be nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
I feel like looking on the socials, I feel like you're very much going for a green theme.
Yeah.
I don't know whether
Yeah, I
that's
feel like that just kind of came out of nowhere. I feel like we were looking at like a lot of music videos from like back in the day and like even films that we liked, like horror films and everything was like very like color graded to green. And we were just
yeah.
kind of like aesthetically that looks kind of grimy and cool
Yeah.
and kind of like not like reality. So we kind of
No,
like
I
went for
agree.
that.
It's almost like the 90s grit of, or like the what's the opposite of like Fruitiger Aero, where it's like the really like dingy kind of
Yeah,
dark tech kind of
yeah,
aspect.
totally.
No,
Yeah,
I
that's
like that.
definitely the vibe.
Hold on till
Are
May
you coming?
because
You coming to any of the shows?
I am, yes, you're kicking off in Nottingham, right?
Yeah.
I got a ticket for that before it sold out, so
Oh, amazing. Cool. Right. Well, we'll
shall
see you
be
there
there.
then.
I personally
Yeah.
think you guys should be in the main room and not the little small room, but
I know. Do you know we thought like one day we'll do the main room. We've done it a couple of times supporting bands, but we were like one day we'll be in the main room, but it will be nice to do the small room and then come back and do the main room, you know.
yeah, the progression. But the thing is
Yeah.
that when it's crazy because I always think it's so telling when artists, again, it's going back to like the brand, I suppose, or the feeling and the vibe of Dead Pony, because you guys do have that locked down. Because when I've seen you as a support act, you get the crowd going like that. It's fantastic. Like you've got Circle Pit. Last time I saw you was, or first time I saw you even, was supporting Kid Capici, and you guys managed to get like a circle pit of people doing the what's it called when they lift the leg up? Spanish dancing.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Oh, you know what I'm on about. Just a
The like the not the Macarena.
what is it? The
I know what you mean, and they do.
yeah, they do the little legs, and you had a
Yeah.
row of grown men just doing this
Yeah.
of the circle pit, and it was like, yeah, all right, that's cool.
Yeah, I think that's just the vibe you need to bring. Like, if you go in with, as a support band, if you go in with the expectation of like we can't get these people on our side, then they're going to pick up on that.
Yeah,
So you need to just go in with the like intention of like we need to get these people to like to move about and
yeah,
eventually they might like us.
and they listen and
Yeah,
do, and we have a
exactly.
bloody good time whilst they're doing it. So that's the
Yeah.
but yeah, it's sweet. Yeah, May tour album. It's all coming together. It's all very exciting, and yeah, can't wait.
Yeah, awesome. Right, well, I'll see you in May.
Brilliant, sweet. Thanks, Anna.
Thanks. Have a nice night. See you
Have a good
later.
one.